Hi, good morning, everyone.
Good morning,
Hi,
Vidya. Good
good
morning,
morning,
everyone.
Vidya.
Hi, good morning,
Everyone.
Shashwati. Good morning, Shilpa, Anju.
Good morning, everyone.
Vidya, before starting, can I ask certain questions?
Sure, go ahead.
So
I
this is
also
my
have
first time. So
questions.
certain hygiene questions I wanted to ask, like one, the video should be on completely during the training, right?
Yeah, keep your video on, and whenever the participant responds, also make sure that he or she also puts his video on.
Right. And like we are supposed to wear blazers. What is the dress code in your company?
नहीं, dress code ऐसा कुछ नहीं. Anything formal is more than enough. I mean, blazer, it's not mandatory.
ठीक है. Then the merge session. In the merge session, are we supposed to speak anything?
In the merge session, basically, the trainers who have been identified will be the ones who will be speaking.
There's one day wherein it's written GI and TPP. So
हाँ,
वो
so there,
सेशन में तो हमें कुछ
those
बोलना ही नहीं है, तो
नहीं,
do we
हमें
have to
नहीं
attend
बोलना
that?
है. That you can check with Narendra. For those 2 days specifically, आप check कर लो नरेंद्र के साथ. I don't think it would be required because
I
we
have
read
checked. Yes, yes,
we
yes.
will not. Yeah, we don't have to
I can
attend those.
answer this question. Shilpa, those 2 days, day 5 and day 6, we are not supposed to attend the training session at all, not for a
Oh,
single hour.
Yeah.
that's great. Acha,
है ना?
also one more thing, when we are speaking, like are we supposed to give live examples? Because more or less PPT में सब कुछ है जो हमें Axis Bank के employees को बताना है. But
बताना
then
है.
for example, are we supposed to quote our examples also that this is what you do or anything like that?
If it is relevant to their current role as a relationship manager, because sometimes what happens is bank to bank working may change hota hai, policies rules may change hota hai, so maybe what you have experienced may not be what they will be experienced, so those
Right.
examples at times become irrelevant for them because that
Relevant.
is not the process that they follow at Axis. So if you
Got
know
it.
something about Axis and this is what is being done, yes, you can quote. Otherwise, try to stick to whatever is it that you know in terms of the subject content.
Okay. Then after the PPT one, that is जिसमें simple चीजें हैं, then KRA है next वाला PPT two. Is there a break? जहाँ पे हमने
But
उनको
there's no
पूछे कि
break.
questions
There's
हैं
no
कुछ.
break.
There
There's
is no
no
break.
break.
Continuous.
So what ideally would happen would be that after the session, all the means all the respective batches will go back to their primary links.
अच्छा, ठीक है. तो continuous बोलते जाना है, कोई break नहीं है ना?
हाँ, 3 ही घंटे का सेशन है ना, एंड प्लस वो
हाँ, 3
ज्वाइनिंग और कमिंग बैक में टाइम वैसे भी जाएगा. So that's the
ठीक है.
reason. I don't know whether you were part of the orientation session yesterday. Were
I
you
was.
there?
I was.
You were
I
there.
was.
So you would have heard those conversations. You know, we have very limited time. And in
Yeah,
that
yeah. They
limited
have so
time,
many
we might.
questions to ask
हाँ,
to their boss कि वो ही
so it
बोलते
would
रहते हैं.
be slightly because generally these sessions tend to run over because joining
हम्म.
and इसमें थोड़ा time वैसे ही eat up होएगा. So there's no break in between. And we will have to try and manage to complete the content within the given duration.
And attendance पहले 15 मिनट में लेना है?
Attendance, like I said, the quicker, the faster way you do it would be easier to manage. I mean, जैसे आपको ठीक लगे. Because merge session it would be very difficult to take the attendance. You will have to do that activity primarily when you have got your set of limited candidates. जो 30-40 जो भी हमें allot हुआ है, that would be the time in your sessions you'll be able to take attendance. Otherwise, in the merge sessions, for example, like today morning, today the first session is a merge session. It will have
Yeah.
all 120 candidates. So it would be very difficult to take and manage to see who's there from which batch. So it's better we do that in our session.
Individual
So
session.
huh.
So merge session में तो we don't have to say anything, we just have to listen.
Yeah, at least for you and Anju, that would be the case. But Shashwati and me, I think we are taking a couple of sessions. So उसमें थोड़ा ये होगा. Shashwati, क्या हुआ? What is the status of your RBL thing?
It is still hanging with your. Ritu has said she'll get back to me today morning. So she was
Achha,
very
okay.
busy till 9 o'clock yesterday night when I last had a chat with her. So
Okay.
she said, I've told her that I want to take the session tomorrow morning instead of today because she was saying, I mean, without a break and that to KRA is not possible. So I
Hmm.
told her that. So
Hmm.
I hopefully I'll get a reply within an hour or so. I'm waiting for
Okay.
her call actually. Yeah, I'll let you
All
know.
right. Yeah.
Thanks.
So can we begin? Any other?
Yeah.
Anybody else
I
has
have a
any?
question. I have a
Yes.
question regarding KRA. Vidya, the first KRA1, when we are talking of incremental ETB MDAP of math book, I just want a little clarification. The first sentence says M1 month balance of customer. Do you want me to share the screen by just, I've got it open.
Chalega. Yeah.
Okay, so that,
I'll just stop sharing mine.
yeah. Because I couldn't open, I don't know if you all could open the the recording, which Narendra shared on through SharePoint. I could not open this because it required an ISIS, NIIT.
It require ID password. I
Of
told
NIIT.
you.
Yeah. So वो तो है नहीं हमारे पास.
हो रहा है.
So Ritu, sorry, Ritu, I'm saying Vidya. Yeah, this, you can see the screen. This KRA1, incremental ETB MDAP. I want you to explain these two first lines and this example, please. I'm a little confused. This M1 month balance of customer would get adjusted in base MDAP in case of addition in portfolio. And base month balance of customer would get adjusted in base MDAP in case of deletion in portfolio. And the example, please.
Which page are you referring to? Page?
Yeah, I've shared the screen.
The first page.
Yeah, but दोनों pages दिख रहे हैं. दो pages दिख रहे हैं मुझे.
Okay, no, here, this one.
Vidya, this is M1 or M-1?
So you're talking about the incremental. Are we talking about page 4?
Yes.
Yes,
page 4. Page 4.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah.
So what you're saying is M1 month balance of the customer would get adjusted in base MDAP in case of addition of portfolio.
So is it M1? Yeah, M-1 or is it M1 as Anju was asking?
Yes.
No, it is M1 na? Because currently what happens is month 0, M0 में तो आपका portfolio allot हो रहा है.
Okay.
Whatever is the incremental balance, we are checking from the following month, right? We talked about it. If you see the previous slide where we are talking about portfolio mapping, it is clearly telling you the base month is the previous month. The current month is the portfolio allocation month, which is month 0. And M1 would be the month from where your incremental budgets will be checked against the base month figures.
Right. Okay.
Right? And in case of deletion of portfolio, whatever is the balance.
So Vidya, sorry to interrupt. When we're talking of addition, that means whatever is my previous months or base months, depending upon which month we are talking about, the previous months, the incremental over and above the previous month would happen, like we can see in C1 and C2, right?
Correct. So the change or the portfolio got allotted in the month of April. So because this month the portfolio got allotted, the previous month becomes my base month, which is March. And for me, the month, the budgets would start from May onwards, because April is the allocation month. May onwards, the figures will check. And for the month of May, the calculation, the incremental increase would be checked against the balances of March. So whatever is the incremental increase, that would be my May performance.
For here, like for example, if it is April, we are looking at against March. For June, we are looking against May, the previous month, right?
Correct.
Yeah, okay. And then in deletion?
In deletion, whatever is the money that you lose, that would be checked against the base month. How much did the customer have? So whatever losses or whatever is the deletion that you are having, for example, C2 got deleted. So at the end of C2, let's say for the month of October, C2 had let's say a balance of 10 lakh. But when C2 was originally mapped, the base month values for C2, let's say, were only 2 lakhs. So the MDAP that you lose would be the base month values.
I'm sorry, Vidya, I couldn't understand this. If you could explain it with this example, which is there. Here, so this
C2 has got included in the month of May.
In the month of June.
That is in the month of June, but base figures that we are considering MDAP is the month of May.
Yes. Okay.
Correct. So C2 came with a balance of, let's say, 2 lakhs because it's a priority account.
Okay.
So let's say the base month balance was 2 lakh. Right?
You're saying May was 2 lakhs or June was 2 lakhs?
No, the base month values were 2 lakh.
Okay, so you could just mention it with the mentioning the months also, May and June.
Yeah. So when the customer was mapped to me initially in the month of June, the customer came to my portfolio in the month of June, correct?
Yes, yes, with 2 lakhs.
But yeah, with 2 lakhs. And the balance that was end of May, let's say the end of May balances was 2 lakhs. Let's say balance as on June was 3 lakhs. But the base month, because the portfolio got allotted to me in June, the previous month balance is what we will be checking, right? So May ka balance 2 lakh tha, so C2 was added to my portfolio with a balance of 2 lakhs. The base month values of C2 was 2 lakhs. Now, over the course of the year between June and September, there were some additions, there were some deletions, right? In the balances, the book moved appropriately.
Right.
In the month of September, the customer opted for closure of account.
Right.
Right? So I am losing C2 from my portfolio.
Right.
Right? So when I see, because what happens is the base month values for every customer are what we are considering as the incremental increase or the incremental decrease that we see. So today, when my portfolio depletes by one account, the hit that my portfolio will take would be the MDAP balances or the base month balances. That is the money I will lose for the purpose of calculation of values.
Okay,
so today from 100, if it has become 99, so one account gone, for example, 100 accounts the, 100 में से एक गया, my account has gone to 99. But my value, what I lose for this customer would be the customer's original base month values.
Which is 2 lakhs, let's assume.
Which is 2 lakhs, yeah.
So the money may have this customer from June to September. I'm just trying to understand, just correct me if I've gone, if I'm going wrong. From June to September, let us assume this customer's value from 2 lakhs had gone up to 6 lakhs. Let's assume.
Yeah.
Okay. In the month of September, this customer closes his account. He withdraws, right? So ideally, it should have been minus 6 lakhs, but it is not minus 6 lakhs. It is minus 2 lakhs, which is what the MDAB was in the month of May.
When the addition happened, yeah. So when the addition happened, what was the base month values? That is the hit that you will take in your portfolio.
Okay, so not the total value. We will not take that, means it will not be a full 6 lakhs, that means.
No. For the purpose of incremental increase, whatever is the incremental increase that we are checking, we are taking into account only that loss. From the time when the portfolio was mapped till the time you lose, what is the incremental that you are losing is all that is being considered.
No, is it the incremental? You said that it's only the base month.
4 lakhs. Incremental will not be 2 lakhs. Na,
incremental
no, no.
is only 4 lakhs.
You're not, that is the incremental increase that you have brought. No. But in the case of deletion, what you had is what you're losing. What was given to you originally, the base month values.
So that's what I'm saying. So it is not the increment we are not losing. So example, in June, when it was added on, we got it 2 lakhs. Okay, the customer got it 2 lakhs.
Correct.
From June to September, the money went up to, so let's assume, to 6 lakhs.
Correct.
Okay. But in September, he decides, no, I don't want to keep this account. I want to close it down.
Correct.
Right. So ideally, actually speaking, 6 lakhs is going out of this MDAP, means actually the 6 lakhs is going out from this the RM's total portfolio. But what we're saying, instead of 6 lakhs, we are not considering minus 6 lakhs. We are saying minus only 2 lakhs, which was the initial at the time of addition. Are you saying that?
So that was the balance that the customer had originally. So those were the base month values of the customer. So at any time we lose a customer, we lose the base month values.
So we do not lose 6 lakhs, we lose 2 lakhs in this case.
For the purpose of calculation, yes. For the calculation of KRA1, that is what is being considered.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you.
So you don't get unduly hit in your KRAs because of these rise and falls. And the same you will notice even when you're talking about current accounts, even when you're talking about the performance, when you're losing out. So that unnecessarily your incentives don't stand to have a larger impact. Sometimes what happens is one particular account can actually make or break your incentives, can make or break your portfolio. So we would want to curb that. So when we do the incentive session, you will be seeing that any kind of downside is also being capped.
Right. So this is the same for this KRA3 also, incremental TD MDAV of map book. This is also the same thing for that also, the same concept.
You are referring
page
to
8. Page 8.
Page 8. Yes.
Isn't it? It's the same concept. That means.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. Take it.
Example is also same.
Yeah. Example is also same. Yeah.
Yes.
Vidya, on this page only. That day, somebody asked a question regarding MDEB in case of a TD. I missed out the reply given by you. Can you tell me if someone asked that how MDEB is calculated in case of a term deposit?
Whatever are the values at the moment that the TD has.
Accrued
so today when we talk about when the mapping is done, whatever is the balances the TD book holds, that becomes the base month values. Right. So today, if I am having a TD portfolio mapped to me, whatever is the balance for that TD book as on that day, as on the end of the previous month, that becomes my value.
Okay.
The TD book has moved to me. So whatever is the position of the TD balances, that is my base month value.
So it
now
includes
that
the
TD
interest also, or the principal amount only? Just for my knowledge, I'm asking.
Whatever is the position of the TD balances as on that date, as on 31st March or as on 30th of April, whatever is the TD book balances that are reflecting, that becomes my base month values.
Got it.
Then whatever you add onto the TD values, onto the TD book, that becomes your as on day balances. So each day your TD balances, you will have an idea of what is the value of the TD book as on today.
Fine.
Yeah.
And even for, again, I want to just ask a very, maybe a very silly question. Even for saving CASA, when we are talking of MDAP, actually says monthly daily average balance, right?
Correct.
But are we looking at average balances, or are we just looking at total balance at the end of the month? When we're calculating MDAP?
We are looking at daily average balances. What is the average balances for the account at the end of the month?
Okay. Daily average balance.
Daily average balance, that is correct.
So basically, we're adding up the end of the day balance, no? That means for every customer, nothing else.
Yeah, how you would do a quarterly balance, similarly a daily average balance.
Okay. Okay, yeah, thank you. I'll just stop sharing.
Yeah. Should I share my screen? Anybody else?
I'll stop sharing. Yeah.
No, I know that. I'm just asking if anybody else has any thing to.
No, Vidya, you can.
I can, no?
Vidya, also, which I wanted to know, in the, if you see this KRA PPT and KRA PDF and the PPT for day one, in the merge session itself, you will be taking the participants through all the tools in which KRA is available and all that, the IT tools and all.
We will stop the session after the speaker, that is the guest speaker, if he is available. Once he moves out, we will go back to our original sessions. And then we will be having the conversation in our respective sessions. That is the plan as of now. Yeah.
So also the tools in which KRA, yesterday when we talked about SAS and branch analytics and all that we will cover individually in our individual sessions.
Yes, so the KRA portion will be covered in our respective sessions.
Okay, thank you.
So we will be covering both the PPTs which are given on day one in our respective sessions, right?
No.
Only the KRA part.
Last part.
Only the second one.
Only the PDF we will do. Presentation will be done in the merged batch.
No, not Anshu, not PDF only. PDF plus PPT ka last part.
PPT का last part where the KRA segment starts, no?
अच्छा, okay.
वो पूरा हमें करना है.
Okay.
So you start with a brief introduction on KRA. You talk about where is it found, where will the RMs find their KRAs, and then move to the PDF. a little bit of those abbreviations that we need to say, and then we will move on to the KRAs and we will go through that in detail.
Right. So two abbreviations, EYOD and VCIP, वो एक बार फिर से बता देंगे क्या था?
But that, sorry, BYOD is bring your own device.
Okay.
And VCIP is video-based customer identification process.
Okay, thank you.
So basically from slide 17, we will start. Day 1.
You have got this, no?
Yeah,
Rintu would have shared it. Yeah.
Yeah. You want me to
slide
share this?
17, you said,
मैं एक बार
right?
दिखाती हूँ, एक second, मैं share करती हूँ, एक second. ये वाली. So last was this.
Correct.
After that, this comes, and we start from here.
Yes.
The merge session will end here, and then
we will start from here. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so success stories and all वही लोग बताएंगे, हमें कुछ नहीं
हाँ.
Success stories के लिए we are hoping for a guest speaker also. So once a guest speaker moves out, we will go back to our respective batches and we will have this. So every day the modules में जब जो अपना वो module title है वहां से अपने को cover करना होगा.
एक बार ये संपर्क बता दोगे, please, Vidya? This one.
Yeah, so under branch analytics, there is a tab called Sampark.
Okay.
And if you go into Sampark, you will be able to see all these things. So this is just a screenshot of the tab. So today, if I want to, for example, under Sampark, you can see all your cross-sell and different points. So you have your retail term deposit, mutual fund, life insurance, general insurance, so on and so forth. So today, if I want to check on any particular cross-sell product, all I need to do is click on the tab and it will show me how many points I have managed to achieve for that particular product, how much is pending, how much is under process, so on and so forth. I'll have a listing of that. So these are again tools in which to figure out, so when you can just keep it as an overview and say that we will be covering all these tools in detail in the coming sessions. But currently for the purpose of KRE, this is what it is.
Right. Okay. Right. Take it. Thank you. And this also that branch analytics, that the simulator and this. Okay. That's nothing. Yeah. Fine. Take it. Thank you.
Is there any full form of SAS?
No. It is called SAS only.
SAS 5A. It's an application.
It's an application
where the RMs can
see their KRAs and their performance dashboard. Yeah.
Okay. And in that SAS, this branch analytics is a different app, or it is in
SAS? Branch analytics is a different application. SAS is a different application.
Okay.
So SAS is basically your MIS application. So all your different types of MIS can be seen in SAS.
Okay.
I'm stopping sharing. Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. Anju and Shilpa. Anything else?
No, Vidya. Good to go.
Oh.
No, good to go. Thanks.
So this is the current account piece. What we've been given to understand is current account is being taken by them. All right. But still, I would just want to quickly have a quick overview of what the slides are all about. So any which ways, you'll be a part of the merge session and you can hear the people from the current account team actually taking you through it. But this is what the slides that are currently available with us, and we'll just quickly run you through what is the purpose here. So current account, like I said, we would want to highlight to the RMs that current account sourcing would actually make a world of difference in their KRAs as well as in their incentives that they plan to make. Today, when you include current accounts, also you can reach out to all those customers who have businesses, especially your HNI affluent segment. You have an additional space of people or body of people that you can approach when you start thinking about current accounts. All it requires is a little bit of extra efforts because the constitutions are different. The paperwork becomes a little more detailed. But once we do it once, then it becomes very easy for the RM to handle. So today we would start the discussion by, how the current account assists a PVRM. So you can ask those questions, how does it make an impact on your NOA? NOA is your number of accounts. So today, while if I'm focusing only on individual savings account customers, my scope or my field is very, very limited. But the moment I open up my field for including current accounts as well, I have a larger.
Vidya, just excusing for a moment. I'll just take Ritu's call. Okay, she's calling.
Yeah, sure. So this is what we are trying to highlight in the discussion, that they understand the impact that their portfolios will have if we include current accounts. So number of accounts become that much more, sourcing becomes that much more easier for them because they can not only reach out to savings account, but also current account customers. The balances, be it for their existing ETB customers or NTB customers, their existing ETB customers, that is customers who've been banking with Axis Bank prior to 31st March, you can reach out to them and check, while we hold their savings account, do we have the accounts, the current accounts as well? You can reach out to them. NTB customers, the new customers that have come into the system in this financial year, or the accounts that you are planning to source from your own side, you would want to check with these customers where their current accounts are being held. Is there a possibility of migrating those current accounts to Axis Bank? Because at any given point in time, the balances vary greatly when it comes to savings account balances vis-a-vis current account balances. At any given point in time, all of us know that current accounts are the place where the customers keep sizable balances as compared to a savings account. So those are the discussions that we would want to bring. When we talk about other opportunities, talk to them that, as a part of your KRA, please remember that you also have cross-sell targets, which means you have to pitch life insurance, you have to sell mutual funds, you have to do your loans. And where will you get all these customers from if you don't look at current accounts at all? So today, when you speak to a current account customer, practically every current account customer has a requirement for funding, has a requirement for a business loan. And these becomes easier to have a conversation with a current account customer vis-a-vis a savings account customer. So that is what we would want to talk about, that every aspect of your KRA, if there is a good current account, you will be able to meet. For example, if you have a good trade account or an exporters account in your portfolio, you will be able to see a lot of foreign transactions, remittance transactions, which automatically will meet your remittance and forex RFR targets. Similarly, if you have to do your IPG, OCS, similarly, these would be accounts where you can reach. So the number of customers multiply, the balances multiply, the cross-sell opportunities multiply the moment you have current account customers in your book. So these are some of the conversations that you can have for this particular slide. There is a slide which talks about how current account is advantageous for all the people concerned, be it the RM, be it the bank, be it the customer. So today, from the RM perspective, automatically increased balances, increased number of sourcing points that the RM would get. The customer achieves his OCS points, which is your other cross-sell, which we already discussed, the life insurance, the loans, the credit cards, or for that matter, mutual funds. All these things can be achieved easily if there are a few current account customers. He's able to achieve his KRAs and make incentives faster. Unlike by only focusing on a retail individual savings account book. So those are the advantages for the PBRM. He's also able to meet his responsibilities, be it in terms of acquisition, be it in terms of deepening, because what he needs to understand is, for example, if I'm speaking to a sole proprietor, I am not only getting the account of the sole proprietor, I'm getting two accounts from this customer. right? I'm getting his savings account, I'm getting his current account. I will also reach out to his family members' account, and I would want to take the accounts of his spouse. So while I'm speaking to an individual, I get maybe an additional 5 accounts, because that's how the family banking piece has been designed. A primary account holder and his family members. But the moment I speak to, let's say, a partnership, a partner, where there are 2 partners working, automatically that 5 accounts now multiply to 10 accounts, because I have the individual accounts of both the partners, I have the business account, and I have the family members account. If there are 3 partners involved, automatically that exponentially that count increases. So be it in terms of number of accounts, the balances that the customer maintains, I am getting a wider scope. So it is a win-win for the RM. The only thing is he needs to understand how he goes about sourcing it, how he groups the current account and includes the accounts of the family members and so on. So those are the benefits for the RM. For Axis Bank, the customer list is increasing for the bank. You are getting balances, and current account are the largest source of balances in terms of, for the bank, a lot of float, no, not a single penny being given as interest to the customer. So there's a lower cost of funds. Fee income generation for every additional cross-sell business that the RM does for the customer, the bank is earning. And at the same time, if you acquire quality current accounts, you also have the scope and possibility of the salary accounts. So today, when we talk about current accounts, these are the aspects that we would want to highlight to the RM, so that he is in control of, he understands the relevance and the importance of bringing current accounts into his portfolio. For the customer, it becomes very easy, because you have a dedicated relationship manager who's not only responsible for your savings account, but is also handling all the requirements when it comes to the current account. The pain area in terms of balance maintenance, the charges for non-maintenance, all that is removed for the customer, because now the customer can pick and choose. Unlike when he only has a savings account and he needs to maintain the eligibility criteria in a savings account, if I have a current account relationship, it becomes that much more easier for the customer as well. So the customer can spread his balances and enjoy the benefits of the priority account, which comes with pricing benefits also, be it in terms of pricing on loans, pricing on remittances, so on and so forth. He gets eligible for premium services, that is the priority services. Everything will have a faster TAT for a priority customer. Remind the customer of, remind the RM about, the service quality, the service request, which we are processing quickly, T+24 in case of retail transactions, T+48 in case of asset transactions, so on and so forth. And obviously, he's partnering with a bank which has practically everything that the customer requires under a single umbrella. So he doesn't have to go far. Everything is available for the customer at his fingertips. So those are some of the benefits that we would want to talk about. But when it comes to current account, the customer needs to fully understand what are the availability, what are the features of the proposition that is being offered to him. So as an RM, I need to understand what is the constitution type, because unlike a savings account, which is quite straightforward and vanilla, in a current account, the requirements of each current account customer changes. What is the need that he or she is looking for? What is the turnover? What are the type of transactions that happen in the account? These need to be well understood by the RM. So today, if I have 5 current account customers, doesn't mean that all 5 will work in a similar pattern. They might be involved in different industries, the nature of requirement, be it in terms of their cash transaction limits, or maybe what is the kind of information or help that they need in from the bank in terms of funding, or in terms of setting up their salary accounts for their staff, so on and so forth. So it differs from current account to current account. So you need to understand what are the constitution types. So you have a sole proprietor, you have a partnership, you have a private limited, public limited company. So constitution types need to be understood. The turnover, the size, the type of business that the customer is involved in, that needs to be understood. What are the facilities that they are looking for? That needs to be well understood, so that we can showcase the same. Like I said, at Axis, we have everything for every customer, irrespective of the type of customer or the type of industry he or she may be involved in. So all we need to do is understand their business model, so that we can pitch and position the right product in front of them. So today, when we talk about the offerings, these are the different scheme codes that are available for the RM to pitch. Even in the KRAs, we have seen what are the scheme codes that are applicable for sourcing. So within those current account scheme codes, these are the requirements of balances which the customer will be required to maintain. Let's say in case of a normal account or a select account or a privilege account. So depending upon the variant the customer chooses, the customer will be expected to maintain those kind of balances. What comes with the current account is digital banking, which is offered free of cost for the customer. Depending upon the account variant, the offerings will change. Higher the variant, better are the benefits and features for that particular customer. And that is what we would want to highlight. For the customer, it is a simplified easy because he logs into his internet banking. He can see all the entire relationship. He has an RM which is managing both the relationships. The internet platform also offers him a lot of facilities in terms of tracking, in terms of managing his day-to-day transactions. He can avail loans if there are pre-approved offers. All those can be seen and then can be worked out depending upon the discussions with the customer. So this in a nutshell are some of the variants of the current accounts that can be sourced by the priority RM, and those are the balances that the customer has to agree. Now, if you were to look at what is it that is being offered under each current account, so these are some of the detailing that we do in terms of the features and how is it different from each other. For example, what are the average balances that each account variant requires? So it's a monthly average balance that is required, 25,000 in case of an advantage, classic requiring a monthly average balance of 1 lakh, CAPBG, which is the current account priority banking group, requires a balance of 2 lakhs, privilege having a balance of 5 lakhs, so on and so forth. Only Club 50 and Channel 1, which are the high-end current accounts, are the ones where we will the what do you say? The RM will not be allowed to source, but otherwise all the other accounts are easy and available for the RM to source. So that is something that you will have to say. Refer to the KRA scheme codes that are there in the current account slide, and those would be the scheme codes that the RM can easily source. The higher variant current accounts are basically for the burgundy segment, and hence they should be avoided, and those leads should be passed on to the burgundy team. In terms of certain added features, in terms of the comparison, the monthly cash deposit limits have been identified. What are the charges for doing transactions from NEFT? Those have been identified. Like I said, primarily these would be sessions that would be taken by the current account team, but this is just to give you an overview of what is the current account in Axis all about. So some features we will talk about. We also have what are the kind of cards that get issued to the current account customer depending upon the type of variant that the customer has chosen. So in some cases, you get a business classic card. The priority account gets a priority platinum card. The business platinum gets the business platinum card, so on and so forth. Charges, again, if you see for all the current account variants, there are charges applicable for non-maintenance of balance. But if it is clubbed with priority, like in case of a CAPBG account, which is the current account priority banking group, in that case, there would not be any charges. So if you see, that again is a benefit which the customer stands to enjoy. All he needs to do is group the current account, and the customer can enjoy not only the benefit of the current account, flexibility of balances, but also avoid the non-maintenance charges, which otherwise he would have incurred had he held a standalone current account relationship with Axis Bank. For example, if I have a normal current account with Axis Bank, if I don't maintain the balances, there would be charges for non-maintenance that I end up paying. But if I have and group it under the priority program, then the customer doesn't have to worry about those. And that is what we would want to highlight. There are some monthly service charges also for the low variance accounts, 100. But as we go ahead into the higher variants, those get done away with. So that is a comparison for understanding purposes. And this we will be seeing in detail when they take the session. We would also want to focus on the priority proposition for current account. And this again is an account variant which is primarily for priority customers who are only sole proprietors. Any individual customer or any sole proprietor, if he requires a current account, this CAPBG account is the best variant for the customer. So while we are recommending the CAPBG variant, it is also important to note that it is not available for all constitutions. So here again, the benefits of the priority proposition will be extended even to this current account group. However, how the customer enters into this current account proposition is subject to certain conditions. For example, you have seen that table. If a customer has an existing current account, he will not be allowed to open another CAPBG account. So any customer who has an existing current account will not be eligible. Any customer who has, let's say, a savings account, doesn't have any current account relationship, but wants to open a current account and is a resident Indian and is a sole proprietor, can definitely be offered this proposition. So that is the eligibility criteria that we would want you to focus on. So available for customers provided they are resident individuals and sole proprietors, but not available for customers who are existing current account holders. Any questions up till here?
No.
Yeah. Others? Anju, Shilpa?
No.
Okay. All right. So that is the current account this, and this is what the balance criteria talks about. When we talk about the eligibility in the priority program, we had said it would be 4 lakhs across savings and current account, 2 lakhs if it is only savings, 4 lakhs if it is savings and current, and that is what we would want to reiterate here. Customer wants to maintain a 4 lakh balance across the business savings and the priority savings account, or maintains a TRV of 15 lakhs across CASA and term deposits. So those are the options for the customer if he wants to open a CAPBG account and get it included into the priority program. Here again, for the CAPBG, there are certain benefits, and that is what we are listing down here, be it in terms of the cash deposit limits of 60 lakhs, unlimited cash withdrawal from home branch, 25 lakhs per month from non-home branches, RTGS, NEFT is free, funds transfer is free, so on and so forth. So those are certain additions that we would want to talk about. Today, when we talk about a current account, we would want to make sure that participants keep that in their minds and focus on looking and speaking to customers on the probability or on the possibility of them holding current accounts. For a long time, RMs used to speak on customers and would focus only on the individual retail business that they would talk about. They would not talk about, the current account space. And that is why we would want them to reiterate that today, if you have current accounts, please make sure that we are offering the same to them as well, on the current account piece. Certain added solutions that are being offered on current account is what is highlighted here in terms of what is being offered on the debit card, what is being offered on the internet banking piece. The customer, depending upon what is the constitution, will be offered internet banking. It can be individual internet banking, or for that matter, higher constitutions would get corporate internet banking. And here, internet banking ke through also they can do practically all their transactions. They any which ways have a dedicated relationship manager to handle any kind of queries or issues that the customer might come across. Debit card again also being offered to all constitutions depending upon the mode of operation that has been chosen by the customer and the authority given to whoever it is concerned. The current account can also be offered a debit card. So these are what we are talking about, all the digital channels available for all set of current account holders to do their transactions, plus the option of having a debit card also to do their transactions on the current account. We also have the mobile platforms, the mobile banking applications through which they can do their transactions, the retail internet banking, mobile banking applications, or for that matter, swipe machines. So any kind of trade related requests, any kind of current account requirements, everything is available. Yes, the RM would have to liaison with different teams to get this organized for the customer. But once he gets an experience of doing it for one customer, it becomes that much more simpler. Right? So that is what we would want to highlight here. and bring it to their attention that whatever any current account customer requires, that is being offered as a solution even for our priority current account customers, right? We also have solutions like the CMS payment solution. So today, at any point in time, if the customer has branches, has a huge network and would want to have some kind of pickup facility or doorstep banking facility, or he wants to have some collection facility, or for that matter, salary disbursement, so on and so forth. So all those solutions can be worked out with the customer, and we can offer those solutions as well. Trade and forex, like I said, any which ways is a part of their KRA. They need to do their retail forex numbers, and today if you have such customers on board, it becomes that much more easier. Besides, pricing will always be preferential for any of these services that our priority customers want to avail of. So those also can be looked at. That would also be a win-win for the customer. What other customers pay, he would always pay at a discounted rate, and he gets better pricing on his transactions as well. So this is the slide where we would want to focus about that why a customer should opt for a premium CASA proposition with Axis Bank, why the RM should focus on it. So like it says on the slide, there's no obligation of balance. Balance maintenance is not a problem as long as the customer maintains the TRB across the relationship, which is inclusive of a savings account, current account, family members account, so on and so forth. So as long as the entire TRV is met, all that is we are asking is that the customer will enjoy all these seamless services. That there are no non-maintenance charges. Grouping of accounts is possible, not only of the customer who is getting included, but also of his families, right? So that is what we would want to highlight here, why RM should go in for the premium CASA proposition. So this again, this kind of flexibility not available, and a lot of hassles which the customer otherwise foresees and encounters with other competition banks is generally taken care by enrolling himself into the priority program. Now, we would also want to discuss the eligibility criteria. Like I said, it is available for all constitutions excepting the trust association, societies, clubs, and public limited companies. So all the other variants like individual, sole proprietor, HUF partnership, LLPs, private limited companies are available. What is important is for a current account to be grouped, we need to have the savings account of the customer who is going to be a key primary member, that is a key management person in the current account. So that is what we are trying to highlight here. In a current account, if it's a sole proprietor, then the person has to be a sole proprietor. If it's an HUF, he has to be a karta. If it's a partnership, it has to be a partner, so on and so forth. So as long as those things, he has to be important. He has to play an important role in that current account. And as long as that role matches with the current account that he's opening and he has a savings account relationship with us, we can onboard his current account as well. In terms of the scheme codes, these are the scheme codes that we have seen in the KRA document also, a reiteration of the scheme codes that are eligible to be sourced by the RM, for which he will be getting sourcing credit also. And once the account gets open, the balances that we see in the account will also count to his MDAP. So that is what we are highlighting here. The accounts that would not be considered would be the channel 1 and the Burgundy account. So in the earlier slides, we saw the variants. The highest variants, the channel 1 and the Burgundy current account, are to be given to the Burgundy team. But otherwise, others are all applicable and available to us for sourcing. So that is the scheme code wise bifurcation, which is eligible for the RM to source. So the customer can pick and choose any code that he or she wants. Now, the process that needs to be followed to include the current account into the priority program is what is highlighted here. And here, what we say is we need to make sure that whatever current account is getting added into the priority program, we need to put the priority label to identify that this current account is a part of the family banking program of the current account piece. So this is something that the labeling needs to be done by the RM for the current account that he is including. So this has to be done. If you are just opening a current account and leaving, and if you don't do the grouping and labeling, then there would be a problem because the balances will not reflect in his portfolio. He will not get credit for the accounts that he is opening, because current account credit is given to the RM only if it completes the grouping parameter. It has to be grouped into the priority family. So that's why CA, FM, LY, PBG is the label that he will have to affix on the form that he attaches with the current account form, which is the grouping form. So you need to make sure that this form has been attached, the label has been filled in by the RM, and for adding the grouping into the priority program, he has to take an approval, which is the online approval system. OAS stands for online approval system, which the RM will initiate to his supervisor so that the same can be received and added. So the supervisor's approval needs to be attached before he forwards the form for processing. So you have the current account docs that are being filled up by the customer. You have the grouping form that is filled up by the RM, and you have to have the approval. So these three essentials, if it has been completed, the account will get open, it will get grouped into family, and the customer will enjoy the flexibility of the priority proposition, the CASA proposition. That is what we are trying to highlight here. So make sure that these two added processes are also completed by the RM when he is opening the current account. Now, we have certain nomenclatures in terms of who will be the people who will be signing up the form. So all the relevant information, depending upon the type of sourcing, those will be taken in detail by the current account team when they come in for their discussion. So please make a note of it, because these will be the things that will come handy for us in the following sessions that we will have to take. But for just to have an idea, for an individual, this would be the details. We will have to put in the details. For a proprietor, we might have to put in the details of the proprietor. Documentation and processing will be done separately. So you have a team who will process the same for you. Today, it's also a lot of it is available online. So when we take those sessions, those also will be coming into discussions, how to open the accounts, where the account opening can be managed in terms of, how the account opening process work, how the documentation process work. Those things, the team will be taking the session. So while they're taking the session, those parts also will be covered by the current account team. So that is some reference point for us in terms of individual accounts, sole proprietorship accounts, HUF account, partnership accounts, so on and so forth. What we need to remember is, as long as he's a key member in the current account, we are not insisting that all the parties to the current account should have relationships with us. As long as even one key member has a relationship, the current account can be grouped into the priority program. And that is what we are referring to here. So you have the Karta's account. The Karta will be the primary KMP in case of an HUF. The partner will be the KMP in case of a partnership firm, so on and so forth. So that is what we would be talking about here. And any which ways, once they take the session, we'll have an idea. There is a possibility that the slides will also undergo a change for the following sessions to come, because we might have to go with the updated versions of whatever is it that they're showing. So this is just an idea and an overview of what the current account session will be all about. And they will also cover what kind of account would be good for which constitution, so on and so forth. So let's wait for what is it that they bring for the discussions there. Coming to the approval that we were talking about, this is a small introduction onto the approval piece. So this is the online approval system. So there is a platform through which they can take approvals for their current accounts. And here what they need to do is, whoever is the sourcing person, the RM, he will actually seek the approval. If not, it can be a service RM as well. Now, service RM is a concept that is not available at all the branches. Service RM is a person who will be the person who will be executing the service request of the priority customers. So today, when I'm talking about, getting service requests, that I've met a few of my customers and they have given me, let's say, an address change, or they've given me an addition of name. In branches, in bigger branches, there is a resource like a service RM that is dedicated to handle the work of your priority customers. So people who are placed in bigger branches have the advantages of a service RM who will then process these requests. So they become the operations staff for the priority RM. They will handle all the operational bits. So here, even for the approval, the RM, service RM can also seek the approval, and the person who is, senior in the branch, it could be a branch head or maybe a cluster head or a circle head. So any person who is over and above the VP branch head would be able to give this approval for grouping. So that is what we are talking about. A very simple form that needs to be additionally attached along with your current account forms. So you have the labeling and the approval for grouping, and you have the label form where you put in the label so that the current account can be grouped into the priority piece. So that is the online approval system. We have a small template here which talks about how the approval form needs to be filled in. So this needs to be filled in, scanned, and attached while you're seeking your approval. Yeah. So all the basic details that are required for the current account are captured in this form. So be it in terms of name, who are the people, what is the kind of constitution, so on and so forth, are highlighted here, which needs to be filled up correctly. And the signatures need to be taken from the client so that the form can be completed and put up as an approval for the same. So that is a kind of a checklist that needs to be attached and forwarded for the approvals to be received. Any questions?
Vidya, this online approval system, is it on the mobile also?
Yeah, it is available on the mobile as well. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Thanks.
So all they need to do is just take it, and they will be able to make sure that the approvals come in, and they will be attaching it with the form, and they can do it. But like I said, the entire current account piece is going to be handled by them. That's as far as the information goes. So any kind of additions and the updates we will be able to see. What we would request you is keep attending, be attentive through those merge sessions so that we have an idea of what are the changes. And subsequently, when we will be in the position to take those sessions, we will have an idea as to what needs to be done and how it needs to be covered, basically.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah. I'm not sure. Shilpa, Anju said that she'll be on mute, but Shilpa, anything? Do you have a fair idea of what's happening and how it is?
Yeah, I mean, you just said now online approval system is on mobile, and yeah, till now it's clear.
Yeah, so we will see, we'll sit through and we'll see what are the changes otherwise. But otherwise, this is what the current account piece is all about. So they'll talk a little bit about documentation in detail. They'll be talking about the various variants and what are how these variants will fit what kind of profile. So that kind of information also will be shared in the current account list. The next we have in the current account on day 3 is the credit card. So this again is a session that we will be taking. So the credit card
so from
session
here, our slides start. This is day 3, right?
This is day 3. So we have current account and credit cards on day 3. So credit card hamara hai, and current account will be handled by them as a merged session. So here again, we will be talking about the top credit cards that are available for our priority customers, what will benefit them. So this is something that information that we'll have to understand. For every credit card, what is important is it is bringing them cross-sell points. It is easy because yesterday when we saw the Siddhi piece, you saw that, how easy it is for the customer to confirm and opt for a credit card in a matter of 3 or 4 simple clicks. So these are easy cross-sell opportunities for the RM. At any point in time, whenever he's meeting a customer, credit cards is something that all of us practically need. And most of the times, people are looking for a higher variant of a credit card, something that gives them enhanced limits, so on and so forth. So it is a necessity. It is something that they require, and we can offer them upfront. Besides, depending upon the variant that the customer chooses, the benefits and offerings also change, be it in terms of the point structure or in terms of what are the additional offers and benefits that the customer gets. All that is grouped under the Edge Reward points. So we can also reiterate them that, how this program works better, because all their spends, any which ways they are going to do. And if they can partner with a good credit card, it not only maximizes their reward structure, but also brings them a lot of other benefits and offerings. So these are a few credit cards that we will be discussing, starting with the privilege credit card. Like we saw on day one in the priority proposition, the privilege credit card comes to priority customers free, right? So what otherwise people end up paying 1,500 as joining fees or issuance fees, this is completely not applicable and comes complimentary for the priority customer. So that is something that we can offer. The fees is complimentary. The annual fees again would be waived off depending upon how much the customer spends. So today, if the customer has a spend of 2,50,000 in a year, the annual fees of 1,500 gets reversed. So this is something that the customers can easily do, because considering our priority customers are actively using their credit cards as well, should not be too difficult for them. We would want to make sure that the privilege credit card features like the complimentary airport lounge is reminded to them. So today, if I am holding a savings account debit card and a free complimentary credit card, you can imagine I am getting 16 airport lounges free in a year. So I get 8 from my priority debit card. I get 8 from my complimentary credit card. So imagine the kind of expense, airport lounge. If anybody has to otherwise pay for a lounge and use the facility, it is a very expensive proposition. Multiply it with the number of family members that you have, it becomes extremely costly. And here I'm getting these services completely complimentary just because I'm part of the priority program. So be it the complimentary, airport lounge access, or for that matter, the milestone benefits that the customer gets, whereas in terms of, his annual fees getting reversed if he has a spend of 2,50,000, he has joining benefits here again. All we are looking is 3 transactions of 200 and above in the first 90 days of issuance for him to enjoy joining benefits were 2,500. So that is what we are talking about. For everything that the customer does, all he needs to do is activate the card. He needs to apply for a privilege credit card, which is complimentary. He needs to activate it, and the more he uses the card, the better benefits and offers and features that he will get. Because depending upon his spends, the next year's benefits also are applicable for him. So that is what we would want them to remember. Domestic and international spends 10 points for every rupees 200. Customers get a discount on 4,000 partner restaurants using the Dining Delights program. So all these were similar to what we covered in the priority proposition, be it the Book My Show, be it the benefit on dining, be it the benefit in terms of the use of airport lounge. All these can be reiterated and the customer enjoys all these complementary, and that is what we would want to talk about today. When we talk about edge points are very strategically used by customers. People who are active credit card users will be able to identify with it and also confirm that the edge reward points can be very well used, and these can be redeemed as per the choice of the customer. So it can be towards lifestyle, it can be towards shopping, so on and so forth. So the customer can choose and redeem it as per his choice. So that is the privilege credit card. Here again, three added members can be added onto the privilege credit card. So that is the limit for your add-on. So your family members can also get added on into the privilege credit card. We have another variant, which is the select credit card. This again comes in options for the RM, because these are cards that they actively pitch to their customers. So we have the privilege, we have the select.
Sorry? The added members, their limit increases, it's the same.
No, it's the same as the primary customer.
Okay, meaning total
it's
limit
an add-on card, na? Yeah, it's an add-on card, na?
Okay.
Yeah. So this is the select card variant. Here again, there's a welcome benefit like we saw. So the customers basically will get a welcome benefit, an activation benefit, an ongoing benefit. So these benefits will reflect across all the credit card variants. So here if I opt for a select credit card, I get an Amazon voucher of 2,000 after my first transaction. Activation benefit here again, the customer gets the priority pass, that is the complimentary lounge access that he gets up to 12 complimentary lounge visits per year that is available for the customer. Ongoing benefit 10 edge reward points for every spend of rupees 200 or twice the points per 200 on retail spends. So today when we talk about the spends of the customer or the number of points that he stands to earn, with each variant, higher variant, the points multiply and the edge reward points that come his way, that also increases. So this is what we would want to talk about, that we have variants even in credit cards and the customer can pick and choose what is a variant that he is more comfortable with. When we talk about retail spends, these are your regular spends, which can be on grocery, travel, clothing, shopping, so on and so forth. Any kind of government spends, the utility bill payments, so those would still be excluded, right? So that is the select credit card. When we talk about now, ordinarily a person has to spend a joining fee of 3,000 plus GST. Annual fee again would remain the same, 3,000 plus GST. And for every credit card in Axis Bank, generally you find that the annual fee will be reversed if you do a spend, a benchmark spend. So here the select credit card has the option of getting your annual fee of 3,000 reversed if you see a 6 lakh spend in the previous year. So that is the time, at the time of renewal, you have the option. If you have spent enough, then, the annual fees would get a waiver. You also have discounts on Swiggy, Book My Show, Big Basket. And these are, again, we would want to reiterate to the customer that these are spends any which ways that would happen. You generally dine out, you generally, call for food, you do your grocery shopping, and these are your day-to-day spends. And basis your spends, you have a credit card which is giving you higher points, giving you a higher opportunity to collect rewards and offers. So that is what we would want to talk about. We also have the concierge services for travel bookings, table reservations, gift deliveries, etc. So these are some of the features of the select credit card, and you can enjoy 6 complimentary golf rounds as well. And if you have spent 3 lakhs, then you get an additional 3 rounds as well. So these are, again, there are some which are subjective, some which come completely complimentary for the cardholder, right? So a few information on the select credit card.
Vidya,
yeah.
This Amazon voucher was 2,000 after first transaction.
Yeah.
Is there any limit on the amount of the first transaction or any first transaction?
200 rupees is the first transaction that he needs to do. Minimum of 3 transactions, minimum of 3 transactions of 200 and above.
Okay, take it. Thank you.
Yeah, so the card needs to be activated. See, the bank will earn only if the customer starts using the credit card. And that's why we say in the first 90 days, the moment the customer gets, and these become, he needs to activate the card, he needs to start using the card, then it becomes profitable for the bank. Otherwise, it doesn't make sense. The customer just holds the card and doesn't do transaction. So we are inciting, we are motivating the customer to do these spends so that immediately once he starts receiving these benefits, then that becomes the, slowly starts becoming the primary credit card that I'll be using for my spends, because these are the added benefits that come my way. And, for, like I said, Swiggy, be it eating or for that matter, you are booking your show or through the Book My Show portal, going for movies, these are spends that usually happen. And if there is some kind of a benefit that is attached to these spends, then it becomes easier for the customer to maximize his earnings.
Right, thank you.
We move to the next variant, which is the Vistara credit card. And Vistara credit card has 3 offerings: purple, silver, and gold. And those are the charges that are applicable for each of those variants. The customer also has over and above, 1,500, 3,000, 10,000, depending upon the variant that he chooses. The customer also get a welcome benefit of economy flight tickets. which is available for him. So today, within the first transaction, from the first payment, the customer gets eligible for a complimentary economy ticket. Now, when we say the complimentary economy ticket, we are talking about the base fare only, right? So that is something that needs to be understood. The customer can apply for this complimentary flight ticket at any point in time. It's a one-way ticket that is available for the customer, and the customer needs to give advance. So today, let's say if I am a purple card holder and I'm eligible for an economy flight ticket, I need to give due notice for me to when I'm going to avail of this economy ticket. It can't be that, I say that I'm traveling day after and I would want to avail of this offer. So aisa nahi hota. You need to give time for the customer, for the team to arrange for this tickets for you. So that is how it happens, and it has to happen within the first 6 months. So the complimentary offerings of the economy tickets needs to be availed by the customer within the first 6 months, and it comes complimentary. It can be economy, it can be premium, it can be business class, depending upon what kind of card you are going in for. There is activation benefit also. Again, like I said, every card needs to be activated by the customer by doing some mandatory spends. So this is what we are talking about. On activation, what are the complimentary points that the customer gets? Because it's a Vistara card, it is connected to the Vistara group. So whatever is the points that you get are in the form of Vistara point, Club Vistara points. So today, if you spend 50,000, then you get 1,000 Club Vistara points. For silver, if you spend 3,000 Club Vistara points are awarded if you have a spend of 75,000, and 10,000 if there is a spend of 1 lakh. So that is the activation benefit. The ongoing benefit is throughout the tenure of the card, these benefits would keep getting accrued for the customer. So the basic benefits like 2 Club Vistara points for every 200 rupees spent is what is available on the purple. It becomes 4 and 6 respectively as your card variant improves. So these are some of the basic benefits in terms of the Vistara credit card offerings. You have added benefits as well on the same, which are the milestone benefits. Now, this is basis if you have spent that much, these are the tickets that would be available to you on 1.25 lakhs, or if you've spent 2.5 lakhs, or if you've spent 6 lakhs, you get an economy ticket. Now, this happens basis your spends. So basis that you have the advantage of the flight tickets. Here again, the customer can pick and choose what is the kind of spend and when he would want to avail of this complimentary economy tickets as well. The lounge access remains same as earlier. The dining delights and the extraordinary weekends, those also would be available for the customer as and when the customer wants to opt for it. Today, when we talk about cards, it is a keenly competitive field, credit cards. You have credit card offerings from practically every bank, and each bank has multiple variants on credit cards as well. But these variants work very well, especially because our priority customer is a customer who's frequently traveling. We have tied up with Vistara, which has a airline facility, a travel partner, so to say. Today, if I would want to maximize that, I'm also getting Club Vistara points, which can be redeemed as per my choice for my travel. So these are added, positioning your credit card. So you have the other variants and you have the Vistara credit card. So if you have someone in your portfolio who is a frequent traveler and would want to opt for a card like this, it would work well because you're getting those economy complimentary tickets, so on and so forth, apart from all the other benefits of the credit card. So that is how we would want to talk about the Vistara credit card. We also have another credit card, which is the Magnus credit card. This is currently one of the best credit cards that Axis Bank has to offer to our customers, and comes with a host of benefits, and those is what we will see. It is a premium card. The look and feel of the card itself should tell you that, it is different from the other credit cards. So this is has a metallic feel to it. It is a vertical card, unlike your other credit cards, which are horizontal cards, so to say. A lot of positive word of mouth in the industry as far as the reviews of Magnus credit cards go. So as far as the credit card offerings, this is the most highly rated credit card which Axis has to offer currently. So that is what we would want to start as an introduction on the Magnus credit card. The joining fees here is 10,000. The annual fees again 10,000. But if you spend 15 lakhs in the previous year, the annual fees can be reversed. Customers can choose one of the two. So today, when you opt for a Magnus credit card, there is a benefit that the customer can choose from. He can either choose a complimentary flight ticket or he can choose a Tata Click voucher. So that again is an option. So depending upon the customer's choice, one of these things will be available for him free. So you can imagine that, you know, there's a joining fee of 10,000 that I'm spending, and immediately I'm getting something which is, you know, covering that as well, be it in the form of a Tata Click voucher or for that matter, an economy flight ticket. Over and above that, I also have concierge services. So for my boarding, for my check-in, so on and so forth, I have the assistance of concierge service. This again helps. The priority pass again helps me access international lounge. So today, if I am traveling to international destinations, I have a priority pass which will give me 12 complimentary international lounge access. Domestic lounge access, any which ways is applicable on my cards, on my credit card. So that again is available to me. So I have international plus domestic lounge access being provided, and a 15% off on Oberoi Hotels. So in case if I'm staying, a complimentary room upgrade and 15% off on Oberoi Hotels is what we are talking about here as benefits of the Magnus credit card. We need to highlight that someone who is in this range, who can afford to, you know, your priority customers are the right segment for them to offer these kind of cards as well. So there is an ease there. All you need to do is identify which benefit is the customer looking for so that you can lead with that. The Magnus credit card also have added benefits on health and wellness. Here again, spa, on selected spa and salon, you have discounts. You have medical opinion that is being given at leading institutions. All that would be available on the website and available as a part of features. So who are the tie-ups, who are the channel partners, all that available for them. Special preventive healthcare packages are there with our channel partners like SRL, Metropolis, and Lal Path Labs. So this again, features which would not be there on the other credit cards are available. So be it the health and wellness or the insurance covers that are available. So on the whole, Magnus credit card, the improved and the better credit card and the best credit card which Axis has to offer can be offered to our priority customers as well. Some discounts on fuel waiver, lifestyle and entertainment, edge reward points. So here now 12 Axis edge reward points for every 200 spent. Right, so from 2 to 4 to 6 to Magnus credit card offering 12 Axis edge reward points is what we are trying to say. Higher the card, obviously higher are the benefits and the offerings that are available. Yeah.
Vidya, I was just wondering that there are so many cards. Which are the ones which are actually really sold by to priority customers?
Select is very easily sold by the customers. Privilege to complimentary milta hi hai. Right. So today I have Select that is being sold, and Magnus is also doing extremely well.
Magnus is 10,000 rupees thing, no? Charges. Okay.
Yeah, but then you're getting a host of benefits also. Yeah. So Select is very, very popular. Select as such is being sold left, right, and center by priority this. But after that, Magnus. Yeah, Magnus is also doing well, primarily because of all these benefits. So like, you know, if you look at how much, if you see the cost benefit analysis, and if you were to see, you know, the benefits so overshadow what the amount that I pay. For example, if you see a flight ticket, a complimentary economy flight ticket, even if the base fare is being taken care and I just need to pay the taxes and over and above, it is so helpful. Or for that matter, the complimentary airport lounge access.
That also, no, sorry, just regarding that complimentary flight ticket also, isn't there any limit to that? I mean, 10,000 rupees because it's a Tata Click voucher, so it'll be the same 10,000? Because I can take, no, I say I can take a complimentary flight ticket. Just go back to the, if you don't mind, just go back to the earlier slide, please.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, I'm saying this one complimentary one-way domestic economy flight ticket worth 10,000 or?
Yes, yes.
So 10,000 is the limit, maximum limit. That's what I'm saying.
Correct.
Take care.
So, I mean, I'm saying when you have something like a flight charges or a flight ticket being offered complimentary, that itself takes away the entire joining fees ka benefit.
Yes,
right? And over and above that, all your travel, especially if you're a frequent traveler, that many access to international lounge, domestic lounge, the benefits outnumber the cost at any given point in time. Right. So that is what we would want to talk about. And these are good cards to have in your kitty, depending upon what your requirement is. And plus, every spend is maximized by the number of points that you are earning. So that again, is something that you can. So yes, select is, to answer your first question, select is the one that is primarily being, popular.
Okay.
Because it is slightly cheaper also, no? While Magnus may work for slightly higher end.
Cheaper.
Yeah, Magnus is at least within our budgets, or primarily, and it's easy.
Yeah. Okay, right. Thank you.
Anju, Shilpa?
Yeah, clear. Thank you.
Okay. All right. That takes care of day 3. Give me a minute. Let me see what is there on day 4. Day 4, we have digital channels and incentives. Okay. How are we placed for time? Just want to check from all of you all.
I have the time till another hour easily.
What about you all? Shilpa and Anju? Because day 3 I have covered. Day 4, agar मैं शुरू करती हूँ, or maybe I take one module, is it okay, or do you want to schedule it?
Well, how long is it?
I wanted to take the incentive piece because थोड़ा वो KRA में भी आपको help हो जाएगा. इसलिए I was thinking about 40 minutes. If I can cover the incentive.
I have a session at 12.
Okay. Just let me know, Shilpa, do you want to do it today? Do you want to do it later? Up to y'all. I leave it up to y'all.
Incentive is such a heavy type of topic. Would love to do it the first thing in the morning with you, being very frank.
Actually.
Okay.
again वो mathematics आ जाएगा.
All right.
So Vidya, there is an email that has come from Abhi right now, Abhishek, that there's something on that session that you plan to take, something on WhatsApp and all that thing. There's a new deck which has come. So probably you will also require some time to go through that.
Okay, fine. All right. Okay.
Also, before we leave, I wanted to ask, there is one link which is shared by Rintu just now. Now that link is to be clicked, right? उसके अलावा कोई और link पे जाना रहेगा क्या?
1 minute, huh? I haven't been on my mail and WhatsApp, so let me just check what exactly is it.
Yes, ये link का थोड़ा clarification दे दो because at that time
Rintu, Ting Tong, Rintu, hi. Rintu. Let me call him up. He's the best guy to give you an idea on that.
Vidya, till the time you are looking into your mails, what is this? Actually, I'm very shocked. How could I miss that? I have to take the presentation also. What is this Portfolio 360? A single report for,
Yeah, Portfolio 360 basically covers the entire relationship of the customer with
Can
Axis
you come
Bank.
on the session?
It talks about what your holdings are. It talks about your personal details. What is your investment profile? what are your what are the products that you have taken from us, how many of your family members are included into the priority program. So a complete overview of the customer is what we get in Portfolio 360, be it in terms of investments, be it in terms of his borrowings, be it in terms of his profile.
So basically, how is it divided is this is known as the five-legged tool, FLS. So you have a save. Okay, save is what does he have in, what is the relationship value we have in the saving bank account? What is the relationship value we have in the current account? What is the relationship value we have in TD, RD? Okay, that is save. Then comes is investments, mutual funds, uh, life insurance, general insurance. So that is investments. Then comes is borrow. So there are different types of consumer loans and all that. What are the loans that he has taken from us? What is his and how much has he taken and how much is it outstanding and how much is it so and so. So that's about borrow. Then comes is shop. How does he use our debit card or credit card? Is he using us or does he have a credit card or he does not have a credit card? So that is about shop. And pay. Pay is does he have a debit card? Does he Aadhaar seeding being done? So this is a whole 360 view about the relationship that a customer has with Axis Bank. So it's the five-legged tools. That's how you need to just think about five legs. That is saving. Sorry, now I also forgot saving. Then investments, investments, borrowing, shop,
Shopping,
and
pay.
payment.
Pay.
Pay. So it just gives you a whole 360-degree view about the customer. That's the net 360.
So FLS is five-legged tool.
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Rintu, are you there? Rintu, it's I just called him up to give you the clarification on the links, because even I am not very clear about the links, so I thought he could clear it out for all of us.
Yeah,
But,
Hi.
Hi. There he is.
Am I audible?
Yes, you are now.
Yeah. Very good morning to all of you. Yeah. I have shared two links. Vidya, can you share the session plan if possible? Can you please share the session plan? Yeah.
Give me a minute.
Yeah, fine. I think this screen is visible to all of you.
Yes.
Fine. If you can see the yellow color highlighted, the session which it will be started at 3:30. So I have shared two links, MS Team link I have shared. Individually one link which is followed by the subject name along with the batch number, and this येलो कलर जो हाईलाइटेड है ना, उनका हेडिंग मैंने दिया हूँ. आप देखेंगे लाइक PVRM फंक्शनल हेड स्टार्ट. Have you seen that mail? PVRM functional head start. That is the merge link. Everyone will be joining at 3:30. आप अपना mail check कीजिए ना. That is the heading I have given, PVRM functional head start. Vidya, can you open your mail?
4:30 p.m. to 7:30 p.m.
Yeah, why? Because if you can see in the days 6 and 7, Vidya, can you please scroll it down, little bit down? The session plan. आप अगर देखेंगे day 6 and day 7, that is LI and GI, they will be conducting the session till 8 o'clock. 7:30 it is there. If you can see grey color highlighted. GI आएंगे, फिर उसके बाद LI people भी आएंगे. Insurance people will be coming on that particularly link. This is the merge link. This is also will be the merge link. इसीलिए मैंने वो दिया हूँ आपका 3:30 to 7:30. Okay, is it clear, Anju?
4:30 to 7:30 लिखा है उसमें।
करेक्ट। तो वो आप देखेंगे डे 6 एंड डे 7 अकॉर्डिंग टू द सेशन प्लान it will be conducted 4:30 to 8 o'clock. Am I right?
3:30.
3:30, sorry.
3:30 to 8. Yeah.
To 8. That's right. तो वो आपका मैंने जो लिंक बनाया हूँ वो सब्जेक्ट नाम मैंने दिया हूँ PVRM फंक्शनल हेड स्टार्ट। येलो कलर हाईलाइटेड जो है एंड द ग्रे कलर इज हाईलाइटेड, दिस इज द मर्ज लिंक। मैंने सब्जेक्ट नाम दिया हूँ PVRM फंक्शनल हेड स्टार्ट। अब अपना मेल चेक कीजिए, विल बी गेटिंग दैट लिंक। एंड Vidya, if you can scroll it down up, if you can see the green color मैंने टाइमिंग दिया हूँ 4:30, if you can see, और ऊपर जाइए, हाँ, day one correct,
हाँ,
the timing is 4:30, और वो कौन लेंगे? The trainer, it will be specified there, either it is a Vidya, either it is a Anju, either it is a Vivek sir or whoever it is, और वो मैंने सब्जेक्ट नाम मैंने दिया हूँ, the subject name I have given as a PVRM functional induction /B hyphen and a batch number. 55 will be taken by the Vidya, 56 will be taken by the Anju, 57 will be taken by the Shilpa, and 58 either maybe a Vivek sir or maybe Swasati, whoever it is. That is the individual link. That's why I have mentioned yellow color highlighted on that mail. This is an individual batch link. You all have to be joined based on calendar block. You all will be received the notification. Why? Because the timing has been mentioned in the calendar block is a 4:30. If you can see that 4:30 to
so the email, so the email that has come from Rintu, both the emails, one is marked to 120 plus participants. That is the merge link. The one that is marked to 30 odd participants is your session link for simpler understanding.
Correct.
And this is for every day.
Yeah, so we are having merge sessions practically every alternate day, essay. So
no, we use the same link for the individual session also for every day.
For every day, and for the merge session also the link remains the same throughout.
Yeah, okay.
Because I did the recursion there, because I made the recursion till the date, I think 10th March to 23rd March, I have made the recurring. So same link will be followed by the every participant. मतलब 3:30 को कॉमन लिंक पे ज्वाइन करना है एंड 4:30 पे फिर जाके आपको उस बैच में आपको जाके लिंक पे ज्वाइन करना है, either is a 55 or 56, 57, 58, whatever it is.
But it's on the same mail you send both the links, and then you sent one on WhatsApp also. What is that?
It's the same link he has replicated in the WhatsApp also. Correct. But basically there are only two links for each trainer. One is a merged common link and one is your individual batch link.
But the same mail is showing both the links and we have to click different, right?
Correct. Based on the time. See, whatever I have shared in the WhatsApp group, trainer group, I have already mentioned that the above link is for merge batch. Merge batch means all the 4 batches will be joining to the above link. And this I will be shared to the individual WhatsApp group also, whichever the trainer you can add it in the group. Either is a 55, 56, 57 or 58. ये शेयर करने के बाद, हाँ बोलिए। फिर आफ्टर दैट क्या करेंगे ना, ये 3:30 पे जब हम शेयर करेंगे उससे पहले ही हम शेयर करेंगे, आई मे बी एट 12:30 और मे बी 1 o'clock आई विल बी शेयरिंग। फिर 4:30 पे जो सेशन स्टार्ट होगा उसके लिए भी फिर दूसरा लिंक फिर व्हाट्सएप ग्रुप में मैं शेयर करूंगा, क्योंकि कोई कैंडिडेट क्या है ना, उनका ईमेल आईडी ब्लॉक्ड है, माइट बी देयर आईडी इज नॉट वर्किंग, एम्प्लॉय आईडी इज नॉट वर्किंग, दे आर नॉट रिसीविंग मेल, सो simultaneously what will happen, I will share the link in WhatsApp group also. और टाइमिंग में मेंशन,
before every session Rintu will share the relevant link with all of us and the participants also.
And for our presentation we'll share our screen, the ones which we have to present, and in case if there is any problem or anything we want to ask, we have to contact Rintu, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, sounds good.
तो आज आइडिया हो जाएगा अपने को दोनों लिंक नेविगेट करने में. We'll be able to do that.
I need to log out now.
All right.
Want to know
we will be having sorry
two forms. AD, log in with your AD credentials. What is AD?
Their domain credentials hain. That is for their employees to log in their respective applications. Like I said, though they have multiple applications, each of these applications need to be logged in through their employee code and password.
Okay, and what is BIU?
That is Business Information Unit. Where is the BIU thing coming in from?
Pata nahi, I have just noted down that I'll ask.
Okay.
BIU to be there in the slides only.
Okay.
Business? Vidya?
I think
BIU is Business Intelligence Unit, which sends you all the MIS. Okay. It sends you all the MIS.
Okay, it sends MIS. Okay. Thank you.
अच्छा, मैंने अभी व्हाट्सएप ग्रुप में, ट्रेनर ग्रुप में मैंने एक एफटीपी साइट यूजर नेम एंड पासवर्ड दिए हैं. तो व्हाट आई हैव डीड, उस साइट पे आप ओपन करने के बाद वहाँ पे एक फोल्डर है, रिंटू बोल के एक नाम फोल्डर है. उसके अंदर पे मैंने दोनों वीडियो फाइल अपलोड कर दिया हूँ TTT. यू कैन गो थ्रू दैट आल्सो फाइल. जस्ट ओपन द स्लाइड, सॉरी दैट एफटीपी साइट. विद्या, आप ओपन कीजिए ना प्लीज.
नहीं, मुझे समझा नहीं, क्या बोल रहे हो? कहाँ तुमने क्या भेजा है मुझे?
ट्रेनर ग्रुप में मैंने एक एफटीपी साइट का वो दिया हूँ. आप गूगल क्रोम खोलिए तो.
अच्छा, ओके.
Ritu, I have to exit. Okay, chalo guys. Yeah. Yeah. Thank you.
हाँ. So this you have sent as a WhatsApp to me.
हाँ. आप गूगल क्रोम खोलिए.
एक सेकेंड. हाँ. Okay, you want me to share it?
Yes.
Okay. हाँ, बोलो.
रिंटू बोल के एक फोल्डर है, देखिए नीचे ड्रैग कीजिए.
हाँ.
करेक्ट. जस्ट ओपन. सी, ये मैंने दोनों फाइल यहाँ पे अपलोड कर दिया हूँ. आप लोग यहाँ से डाउनलोड करके भी आप वीडियो फाइल देख सकते हैं. Day 1 and Day 2, whatever the 2 days.
These are the TTTs, right?
Correct.
Oh, great. I think this is good. Yeah.
You can just download this file and you can.
Yeah, thank you. This is good.
Yeah, credentials already I have shared in the WhatsApp.
Yeah. I just opened it. Yeah.
I also opened it. Thank you so much. This really
Thank
helpful.
you so much, Rintu. So all the TTTs you'll keep adding on to this file folder.
Yes,
oh, great. Absolutely. Thank you so much, Rintu. This is great.
And for today also, that file also I get uploaded in this folder.
Right. Great. Thank you.
और कुछ confusion है लिंक के बारे में, प्लीज बता दीजिए.
नहीं, Rintu, line up another meeting now. The next meeting will happen on Monday. तो Monday 10 o'clock का हम वापस सेशन रखते हैं.
कल तो कर सकते हैं ना, कल तो सेशन नहीं है, कर सकते हैं.
नहीं, बट कल नहीं करेंगे हम लोग. We will do it directly on Monday.
Monday ना, same time ना, 10 to 12.
Same time, 10 to 12.
ठीक है, done.
Vidya, you saw my message now?
हाँ, नरेंद्र का तुमने जो भेजा है.
हाँ. So I will not be
Vivek will be taking the session for.
Vivek will take my KRA session, and I think you and Vivek, whoever will take the merge session.
Okay.
So I will not be there in today's session. I told Narendra that KRA session I'll just join in later, just as a silent participant. थोड़ा ज्ञान ले लूंगी फिर दोबारा. आप ऑलरेडी देख चुके हो. मैं विवेक से और थोड़ा KRA के जितने सारे ज्ञान मिल सकते हैं. You won't believe what a relief it is for me. मेरे भगवान मेरे प्रार्थना सुन लिए. ठीक है, थैंक्स अ टन विद्या।
शिल्पा मैम, लिंक के बारे में कुछ कंफ्यूजन है? मतलब कौन सा लिंक पे ज्वाइन करना है, कौन सा कुछ कंफ्यूजन है तो प्लीज बता दीजिए।
जो आपने मेल भेजा है उसमें जो 3:30 वाला लिंक है वो पहले ज्वाइन करना है एंड देन 4:30 वाला करना है ना? हाँ, करेक्ट। तो ये कैंडिडेट को भी हम लोग को सेशन पे बताना पड़ेगा कि आपको 2 कैलेंडर इनवाइट भेजा गया है, एक है 3:30, एक है 4:30। तो 3:30 वो लोग ज्वाइन करेंगे, ऑल द कैंडिडेट विल जॉइनिंग एट 3:30। आफ्टर कंप्लीटिंग द सेशन ऑफ 3:30, येलो कलर जो हाईलाइटेड है सेशन प्लान पे, देन द कैंडिडेट विल बी जॉइनिंग टू द 4:30 लिंक, क्योंकि वहां पे उन लोगों को नोटिफिकेशन ऑटोमेटिकली आ जाएंगे कि ज्वाइन करना है। राइट, ठीक है। वैसे ऐसा कुछ किक स्टार्ट प्रॉब्लम होगी तो आई लेट यू नो, बट मोर और लेस समझ तो आ गया। या श्योर, ठीक है। थैंक यू सो मच।
ठीक है, we are wrapping up the meeting. Thank you everyone.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
Yes. Bye.
Bye. Yeah.